this pile. I'm so excited! I have been wanting to clear this pile of wood since we did it. I think we did it last year when we did the fence. I'll have to look back exactly of when we did it. But we just have not had a chance to move all of that wood just yet. So I'm really, really excited that this is our next project. So stay tuned. It's gonna look awesome, I think, when we're done. Here's how it looks from the side. And from this side. It will look so nice when we get that pile cleared out. I'm very excited. We're gonna clean the logs today.
To that point, it gets easier, huh? You're gonna end up running out, though. You're gonna end up having to disconnect.
Gave us this really cool, it's like a trough, and it had a bunch of holes in the bottom so it doesn't hold water anymore. So I'm going to actually plant hollyhocks in it. My hollyhocks, they got dried out in the sun yesterday, so I've only got a couple left. I'm really sad about that. Those were all filled with hollyhocks, but as you can see, they died. So what I'm doing is I saw this on a different channel. It's called Roots and Refuge Farm. Jess is her name, and she filled it up with a container. She filled it up with like wood and compostable material, like up to here, and then filled it up with dirt so that you don't have to buy so much garden soil to fill it up with. I'm also going to use some dirt from out here so that it'll help with drainage, and it'll also just compost and be good. And I thought that was such a good idea because it's so expensive to buy so much garden soil to fill one of these. So that's a good way to save money, and it'll also feed your plants as your plants are growing. I've got my first layer in. I put just wood and logs and material like that. Now I'm starting to put in dirt, just from regular dirt from my own ground. And the top layer will be a bag of garden soil from the grocery store. We are doing an experiment. We're gonna see if we can hatch duck eggs, chicken eggs, and quail eggs at the same time. This is our egg turner for our incubator. And we ordered special quail rails for it. And it came with this egg turner with these larger eggs. So, larger, what would you even call that? Cups. Larger cups for the eggs. And so we'll do 1 row of quail and a couple rows of ducks and chickens. And so we'll see. The duck eggs have to go in first because duck eggs take 28 days, chicken eggs take 21 days, and quail eggs take 17 days. So we'll be adding them all at different stages. We're really excited to try this out and see how it works. At the end, I will separate the duck and the quail and the chickens in 3 compartments in the incubator with cardboard so that the quail aren't getting trampled by the bigger poultry. The kids and I have been collecting duck eggs and chicken eggs for 3 days now. So we're going to go ahead and put the duck eggs in that we have collected. You just want to make sure that you have the cleanest eggs to put in your incubator. I actually did wipe, this one had some poop on it. I did go ahead and wipe it off. I usually like to not wipe them off at all. So these chicken eggs were the cleanest that I had. I had 1 dirty chicken egg and we're just going to eat that one and not try and incubate it. It's not even that dirty, but I just don't even want to, I don't want to have to wash it off and introduce possible bacteria. Could mess up the whole hatch. So for the first part of the hatch, you need to turn the eggs. If you have an egg turner, then you can use an egg turner. And I recommend an egg turner because then you're not having to remember how many times have you turned the egg today. And it just gently turns them all day this direction and all day this direction. I think it's like 12 hours this way, 12 hours that way. And it's pretty nice. All right. I'm just gonna,
this was one of Katie's favorite birthday presents.
definitely. I'm gonna insert it in here like so. And that's how it goes. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. Use a spoon. It's weird. And I'm going to put the duck eggs on the back row there. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks. You want to put the eggs pointy end down. Except that looks like the air pocket, doesn't it?
No, I just think that's a lighter spot on the shell.
I see the air pocket right there.
Yeah, those duck eggs are kind of funky.
I wonder if I should candle them to make sure that the air pocket is on that side. Should I just do 1 row of duck eggs or just put them all in?
I don't know. It's up to you.
4, 6, 8, 9. This one has a little hay on it.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Put it in there.
Yeah.
Alright. And the chicken eggs I will hold for 7 days because duck eggs take 28 days, chicken eggs take 21 days. So these guys will be going in a week from now. I keep chicken eggs and duck eggs in this cooler with a frozen water bottle, and it keeps them a little bit cooler than room temperature. 55 degrees Fahrenheit is a good temperature to keep your eggs. I did this with a thermometer one year and got more accurate results. So I know that one water bottle works pretty good at keeping this the temperature that I want the eggs at. Because you don't want them freezing or anything, you just want them to be cooler than room temperature. And the cooler works really nice for that. We're just going to double check that the air pockets are on the top here. Oh, can you close up on that maybe?
Yeah, will it focus better?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, you see that circle at the top? That's the air pocket. Can you close up on that one a little? I can see that one. It's a very bright flashlight.
And it gets really hot too, so careful.
Yeah, I can't leave it on the eggs very long, I know. Do you see that one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see him. Well, that one has a giant air pocket. Can you grab that one out?
This one?
Yeah. I'm gonna double check that one a little closer. That was the only one I couldn't tell. Oh, I don't know if that one's fertile. We'll try it. Oh, there's its air pocket. It's on the side there. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Can the camera see it?
I think so.
So it's this circle here. If you want, you can take a pencil and make a mark with how big the air pocket is. You want that to get larger and larger throughout the hatch. I'm not going to do it this time.
You can hear our cat jumping around in the background.
She's finding bugs. Alright, there we go. And it was at 99.5 degrees and the humidity is at 38. We need to add water in there. It also helps to make sure you plug your egg turner in. So make sure you do that. Here we go. The start of our experiment is going to be, that's flashing because I had it open. Oh, there you go. It'll stabilize and stop flashing. How many eggs did I put in there? 10 duck eggs. So we'll see how many hatch and we will check if they are fertile. I believe they are because I've seen the male duck doing his thing. So I believe they are fertile, but we will double check in about 7 days. We'll candle to see if there are any veins on these 10. And if there's not, then I'll probably just remove whatever eggs were not fertilized, and then we'll base our hatch rate off of those that we leave in the incubator that actually develop veins and heartbeats. Today will count as day 1. When I went to bed, I felt really worried because all of the eggs were sweating because I forgot to bring them up to room temperature before I put them in. So I hope these 10 duck eggs will be okay. They're not sweating anymore, so I'm glad to see that. Sorry, Emmett just screamed. But when I put the chicken eggs in, I'm going to remember that, and when I put the chicken eggs in, I'm going to remember that and bring them up to room temperature for about 6 hours before I put them in. So I'll be putting them in 6 days from now, since today is day 1. This is going to be fun. I'm excited to see if this will work. It might not work. Our very awesome neighbor brought us some cherries today. So I'm starting the project with, you guessed it, the cherry pits. Ready? Step 1 is to eat the cherry and get the pit out. Show me the pit.
I didn't get all the cherry off.
Alrighty. Next, I soaked them in water for 5 minutes. And then I Then I scrub off this, it's kind of gross, but I scrub off all of this with this old toothbrush that we have. And then you set the cherries out to dry on a paper towel. And they dry for 3 to 5 days, and then we're gonna put them in the fridge for 10 weeks. Here's how they look, all dried up. Well, they're drying now. So we'll dry them on the counter for 5 days, then I'll put them in the fridge, and we'll see if we can grow some cherries. The duck eggs are looking really good. They stopped sweating, so I'm really happy about that. There's some good humidity going in there, and they're staying at 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. We are excited to share all these projects with you, and we hope you're having a lovely day. Bye.